Okay. To handle with kid gloves. Okay. It means to handle some situation very carefully or very gently. Okay. So, kid in this case is referring to a baby goat. A baby goat is called a kid, and the leather that comes from a baby goat is very soft, very soft. So, like kid gloves are often used for like the staff at a rich person's house. Like a butler might be wearing white gloves. Let me show you. These are kid gloves, and they're made from the skin of a baby goat, and they're very soft. And the reason why you want it to be soft is you don't want, like, it just looks better for your staff to be professional. Actually, taxi drivers in Japan wear this kind of glove, right? Many of them. So, what's a baby goat called? Baby goat is called a kid, right? So, um, okay. To handle with kids' gloves, to treat with extreme tact or gentleness. Okay. So he's upset, so handle him with kid gloves today. So let's say, for example, uh, you know, his wife died or something like that. So the managers and the supervisors are saying, don't don't be rough on him today. Okay, handle him with kid gloves. Okay. Generally, I think that handling with kid gloves, I would say the majority of the time it has some kind of a negative meaning. So they'll say something like, well, the FBI treated Hunter Biden with kid gloves because he is the son of the president, right? Or he was the son of the vice president, so he was treated with kid gloves, which means very gently, almost in an unfair way. Give you some examples. Uh, let's say, for example, you're working for this company, this factory, right? The owner of the company has a son, and the son is working out in that factory for a summer job while he's in college. So the supervisors there treat him with gloves, kids gloves, kid gloves, whatever, because he's the owner's son. So let's say, for example, if he does something wrong, like he clocks in late a couple of times, the supervisor knows that he has to follow the rules, so he calls the guy in and he says, "Dang it, gotta be careful," right? And he just doesn't, like, if it was me or anybody else, it would be like, "Oh, what's this? You need to, take this seriously because this could be your job. You want to be walking the streets, right?" But if it's the owner's son, they're going to handle it with kids gloves. All right. Or let's say, for example, the police pull over a woman. She's the daughter of the mayor of the city, and she's been drinking, right? But the police treat her with kids gloves because she's an important person. Okay. But it doesn't always have to be like a negative meaning. So let's say an American football team, professional, plays against a high school team for an exhibition game. The pro team is going to handle the high school team with kid gloves because they don't want to just injure them and wipe them out, right? So they don't play 100%. Could be another thing. Let's say you've got this video game that you play all the time, like Mortal Kombat or something, and you play it all the time, but you want to have fun with the thing with your wife, and you say, "Come on, honey, let's play this game." You are not going to just come out and just come on, just destroy her, right? Because it's no fun for her. So she'll stop playing if you just keep using your advantage, right? So you handle it with kid gloves, right? Means very gently. Okay. Now here's a situation where this woman to deal with someone very gently. Let's go. Kid gloves are gloves made of fine kid leather, means baby goat. Oh, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. So this woman was sick. She was sick, and she had something like a tube or something in her chest. And everybody was very, very nice to her. They treated her with kid gloves. In fact, pregnant women are usually treated with kid gloves everywhere they go, right? Um, it's just a natural instinct, I think. But let's take a listen.
I knew what it felt like to have everybody treating me with kid gloves, and I just wanted to feel normal. I had a port installed in my chest.
I had a port installed in my chest.
I went to my first day of chemotherapy, and I was in a
Okay, so she had cancer or something because she had to go to chemotherapy. But she said she was tired of being treated with kid gloves. Okay, so um, it has nothing to do with kid in the sense of like like a child. It's totally unrelated. Right? You can treat an adult with kid gloves. Okay. In fact, most of the time it's used in the case of, uh, wow, you really treated that guy with kid gloves, right? Uh, and like let's say for example, it could be just a situation. So like let's say, you know, during the Cold War, Kennedy and Khrushchev had this thing where there were some uh, nuclear weapons in Cuba, and Kennedy had to handle that situation with kid gloves, right? Very carefully, precisely, right? Because it could have been a total disaster, right? So anyway, I will talk to you on the next idiom.